আচ্ছা, এখন আমরা কোথায় যাচ্ছি?
এখানে হচ্ছে গোল্ড পোরিং ডেমনস্ট্রেশন। সোনা বানিয়ে এবার ঢেলে কিছু দেখাবে নাকি মনে হয়
দেখি যাই।
ভিডিওতে একটা আমার মনে পড়ছে না, ওরা মনে হচ্ছে ওই দেখাচ্ছিল কিছু একটা বার টাইপের এরকম, মানে ওই অনেক অনেক বেশি টেম্পারেচারে সোনা এরকম গলিয়ে এরকম করে কিছু একটা, আমি দেখি নাই না, লেটস সি। হ্যাঁ, এটা টিকিটে ইনক্লুডেড। আর ওই বাইরে যেমন টাইম টেবিলটা দেওয়া আছে, প্রত্যেক 1 ঘন্টায় পাবলিকদের জন্য আছে, লাস্ট হচ্ছে বিকেল 4:30। 15 মিনিটের এই ডেমনস্ট্রেশনটা।
Melting awareness, everyone. My name is Steve, and I want to go before us here at Summit Hill. My job is as an industrial blacksmith, otherwise known as a mine blacksmith. Now, I'm a little bit different from a common garden variety blacksmith you might have already met on the main street or are aware of. I don't make tools or picks or shovels. I don't even fix things. My job is far more impressive than that. My job is to purify and pour gold. Now, to purify something is to clean it, and in order to clean something, it must be dirty. The gold you find naturally straight from the ground is never 100% pure. In always there's another trace elements in it. These other impurities are usually different metals such as silver, copper, nickel, tin, or iron. The gold found here specifically in Belgrade is some of the purest natural gold you'll find anywhere in the world. It is already graded 22 carat, I mean it's 90% pure already. Our gold naturally can get defined 97%. The my job to take that 22 and turn it into 24 carat gold, making it over 99.99% pure. And the reason I do this is that over the mining company I work for, if you want to sell that gold, they can sell it at a higher price because it's in a more valuable condition. So that is what we're going to demonstrate for you today, and that's the walk we're right at now. That is this. I'm going to talk to you about a few other things while my gold is finishing leading up. In 1851, the gold was first discovered here. At that stage, anybody in their right mind to be able to find some gold, all you needed was a shovel, a pen, and a war source. Same type of gold mine that you do down in the creek. Has anybody tried to burn some gold already? Yeah? Anybody found some gold? Does anybody still want to find some gold out there? Well, I'll give you guys a very, very important tip. Best thing to keep in mind is to ask for a demonstration. Second thing is gold's the heaviest thing down there. So when you're washing your dirt and the gold is naturally going to the bottom, you're just washing the dirt. So the more you move it around, the more the gold sinks to the bottom. Scrape off the top couple layers of the drum and repeat that. So remember, is it good? Yeah. Also, when you grab the shovel, aim for the deep fight the proof you. Well, that quickly spread across the country and around the globe. And very soon there was too many people here. And that surface knowledge we're talking about, illegal stuff, all would disappear. Those with a bit of experience in mining, my experience in the California gold rush of 1849 and 48, when they came over here, they had a technique that was quite prosperous for them. It was called deep lead mining. And in that process, you dig down until you hit water, then you find what direction hanging with that water is flowing and dig in that direction. When you do that, you're following an old ancient river that used to exist, but it's now been covered by dune over the course of that area. By the way, it was very famous for this type of mining. You go at the top of the pot that had there, and you look out, you see the horizon, you're going to see a mountain. You got Mount Warrandy back that way, Mount Bunnyong, Mount Beckworth, Mount Whatchamacallit. Those are all very good mountains. They could be volcanoes. So you can imagine a creek flowing through this very spot. One of those volcanoes explodes and covers up. Now the creek emerges, does the same thing. So all we have to do is dig down and dig along and find an abundance of gold. Around here it was called the term of walking in a jewelry shop. Because once you've dug a sufficient tunnel with the right spot, you should plot gold nuggets in the walls left, right and centre. There was just that much of it. About 10 years after the first discovery of gold, so in 1861, find the big gold nugget you could retire on was a little bit of skill. Still, a lot more luck involved. A more reliable way to find gold was to look for this instead. Now this is quartz rock. It's a natural gold-bearing wall. You won't find many big nuggets in here, but you will find very tiny veins of gold running throughout it. Little bit of blade of grass, not worth as much by itself. But if you have the tools to process this, take the gold out, put it all together, that's where it becomes worth something. So I will speed right through this bit. We find the quartz underground, about 100 meters to a point it down. Down that far, you're going to find a quartz reef, which is basically this, and the size of this room, building, or even bigger, and can stretch on for hundreds of meters. Once you find a good quartz reef with a high concentration of gold, you want to drill into it, fill it with black powder, and it starts blasting its bits. Controlled explosions, until you end up with pieces about this size. The miners then take these quartz rocks over to the Poppet Head entrance. Those of you that are unaware of what Poppet Head is, you've probably seen one today. It's that big tower over there. It's used to take resources from down the miners up to the surface. Once these rocks are at the surface, they are then transferred to the battery house next door. And in there, they are crushed on steam-driven hammers, again and again and again, until they turn into a quartz dust. We then take this dust, wash it over a series of tables with big grooves in them like this, and then little grooves and medium grooves and little grooves. During that process, the diamond, being heavier than the rest, will sink down into them, with the rest of the dust washing over the time. Another element is added to these tables called silver mercury. We do that because mercury and gold are naturally attracted to each other. So the mercury helps the gold stick to the table that a little bit better. The result of the battery house is a thick, sticky paste we call an amalgam, which I'll simplify to 4 ingredients: our mercury, and also our impurities, being copper and the silver, and also our gold. My job, remove those other 3. So, first of all, I wanted to remove my mercury. I do that by placing it in a fancy cast-iron box like this one here, called a retort. Then bolt my retort shut, place it into the furnace. 358 degrees later, my mercury inside there will turn into a gas and escape out of that pipe at the top there, flooding the room with toxic mercury gas. Not sure how many of you are aware of the dates of mercury poisoning, but it can cause your teeth to fall out, cognitive issues, memory loss, kidney failure, even death. Also, your teeth can fall out, cognitive issues, and memory loss. Once they became aware of the days of mercury poisoning, they made a little addition to our retort. This is an example of the smaller one. What they did was extend the pipe into a fallen bucket of water. The mercury would still fall out as a gas. Once it hits the cold water in the bucket, it turns back into a liquid. Burn that gas in there, preventing it from going in here to save your life and also saving money. I could reuse that mercury back in the battery house. I then take what's left of my amalgam out of my retort and place it in a crucible, a fancy cup. I then place on top of that a different substance called borax, a powdered flux or a collector. And for intended purposes, just think of borax and the oxide of mercury. Double-line gold won't stick to it, but it'll stick to everything else. I then place that into the furnace. And this time we're going all the way to 1,064 degrees. That's gold's melted temperature, which is what my gold is currently hitting now. At that temperature, everything inside there will be a liquid. The gold will be at the bottom, and all the light impurities, the copper and the silver, will bubbling up to the surface, getting stuck to my borax, forming a crust or a slurry that's sitting on the top of my liquid. And then all I have to do is just simply pour out my liquid gold, and that crust will stay in the cup, just like when you're drinking a milkshake or the beer with hot. How the froth and the bubbles get stuck inside the glass. Exactly the same physics as that. Get your device to bring now, folks. If you want to film it, I'll be pouring it out in about 10 seconds. I'm taking it all the way up to 1200 degrees. That'll allow me about 15 seconds to take over the table and pour it out before it goes back into the solid. For those of you that are seeing right there in that front brewery, not the safest place to live, even not sad yet, and in that fine. So, undecided. Just under it. The best.
How about it? Good. Is that now the good thing? Is this? So compare. And then I had to be like, it's easily covered. What? Thank you. Think of talking to people. Let's just talk about what? He said that sorry, me on going to find this is the unbolt for young in the meter this and so go up for it.
Did they read Miss Orange Juice point?
That's just stick on. That. Being on the on time. We had the dishes, yeah. These dishes was actually got what he said it in. There was humanities to level the shot at the it doesn't really. But it made us look kind of like that. Had it loud and nature and it puts the here it is me. Hey, but that put that down. Yes, you.
Did anybody get a free nipples?
You ran me like that. In just this short amount of time, the goal is transferring about 300 degrees worth of heat and energy into my mold, and it's now sent back into solid. Well, all of that heat and energy went into here. Not much went into the room around us. That's because gold transfers pretty much all of its energy via the touch or conducted. It has a very difficult time radiating that. Like I said, around a fire and feel the heat coming off it. If this is made of any other material at 900 degrees, we will basically be in a hut. You'll be able to feel the heat coming off what we see. Some of you in the front row there might try to imagine jumping the fence, grabbing it, running out the middle. You wouldn't make it halfway up those steps before it melted through your fingers. And you wouldn't know just how hot it is until it be like, you can hold your hand and just melt it away to us, but still feel nothing more. I know, it's stressful. Right, secondly, you touch it, it will convert as much energy as it can, as quick as it can.
I know do is that.
And it's one, here's the bed. That's easy.
Very good. So, quickest way to cool it down is to give it something to constantly touch. A big top of water here. So, let's place it on this bed.
Morning. So do that we put by the way, but it will be done at the event and hide all this stolen food. You know, maybe just also other and you think you have a water source and something that's
So, the water right now could be one of three things: hot, warm, or cold. Give you guys a bit of a survey. The water will as ice cold before I put the gold in there. Raise your hand if you think the water should be hot now. Raise your hand if you think it should be warm. Raise your hand if you think it should be cold.
cold.
Right. Well, I'll let you guys know, surprisingly, the water is ice cold. Delivering follows the rate of heat transfer between the water and the gold is that rapid that all the waters of the gold touch instantly evaporated and turned to steam. So all of that energy is now gone up and it's in the roof around us. The safest way to figure out if the gold is safe enough to touch is just simply to get somebody else to pick it up while you put it because but I'll pick it up just like I have 100 times before.
First, after that, we go out. The gold will be good in the bank.
We will carve gold with 99.99% pure Canadian kilograms. Now this is a very expensive, a very valuable material. What would happen is next we get to leave the company later with purity and company information transported down to Melbourne, guided by brain current selling tools. Gold is a really precious material. It's been valuable for way longer than it has been useful. Color, it's soft, it's colorful, it's pretty, it's a good conductor, all sorts of things. I'll demonstrate how soft it is just by dropping on the safe from there. See, that put a dent in it that side.
Yeah, go for the side and
This gold is currently worth $387,000. I mean, great delivery types. But I survived with the survived 9 months and on the bottom. That's that one of them. And then I built the pods around, brings what water to the hole, one literally and then up wide, so that it was freezing city. Now it's freezing wide. Where they draw the count along and do wrap their light and close the court.
এটা হচ্ছে ব্যাটারি হাউস যে গোল্ড পোরিং ডেমনস্ট্রেশনে বলছিল যে ওই কোয়ার্টস এসে এখানে ক্রাশ করা হতো এবং তারপর বাকি প্রসেসটা স্টার্ট হতো। এদেরও ডেমনস্ট্রেশন টাইমস আছে, বাট এটা আর ওটার তো একই টাইম দেখছি, তাহলে লোক কি করে দেখবে? এটা মনে হয় ওই পুলিটা যেটা দিয়ে ওই কোয়ার্টস গুলোকে মাটির নিচ থেকে তোলা হয়।